Hey, what's up guys? I'm HunterStarcraft. This is the end of the Demon Souls tutorial, a small zone in the game that not many players ever get to see. If you kill off Vanguard, the tutorial boss, you are warped to this section here. He's the Dragon God. You can see him, obviously. This gives you a big advantage because down here there's some loot that you don't normally get if you die at Vanguard in the tutorial, like most players do, especially new players. But yeah, if you're able to actually kill them off, you can get these upgrading shards, and it gives you a big advantage in the early zones. So I just wanted to share this part with you guys at the beginning of the video. And then he's got that fist ready to come straight at me here. Winding up. Knockout blow. And this is actually the only instance in a Souls game where you die with health. I mean, you died, I've got like 75% health there. Alright, I'm going to cut out this loading screen. Alright, so just to be transparent with everyone, the only editing I'm going to do in this video is to edit out any load screens. Just because, I mean, this is a recording, there's no reason to make you guys sit through the load screens. As I mentioned before, we can upgrade our weapon. Oh, I guess I'm actually short by what, like 100 souls or something. Do I have any spare ones? Yeah, actually we picked up some in the tutorial, so that's great. You actually get a lot of extra souls for completing that tutorial and killing off that boss. It's quite an advantage. Anyways, the point of this video is going to be to clear out 1-1 and 1-2. So obviously it's been quite a while since I've been uploading like regular Souls videos, and well, no one really likes explaining themselves and all that crap, but I definitely owe you guys something. So what I do want to say first and foremost is welcome back and thank you for sticking around, like all the people who have watched my videos over the past few years. Thank you so much for like continuing to support and for sticking around. Also, welcome to all the new people, because like in the past year, there's been a lot of new people who have been getting into Souls games, and I want to say welcome to you guys. It's kind of unfortunate that I haven't done a lot of uploading lately, but again, being on YouTube for 4 years, covering 3 different games in that time. Well, 3 games in the first 3 years, and that 4th year I kind of just took off. I mean, if an uploader doesn't want to be making videos, then you can't really force yourself to make videos, because the videos are they're not going to be good, they're not going to be enjoyable to watch if the person making them isn't enjoying making them. So yeah, I mean, it's just sort of needs to be done. And I'm really excited to be back. It's 2014 now, obviously, and with 2014 comes a huge release in just a couple months now. Dark Souls 2, obviously. So yeah, I mean, that game comes out in the early part of March, like March 11th, I think. And what I really want to do here is just begin sort of a streak of videos where I can work hard making content up until the release of Dark Souls 2, and then at that point kind of reassess and see how much content I want to make for Dark Souls 2, or what I want to do at that point. But yeah, everyone kind of has to start somewhere when they're making a comeback, if you want to call it that. And yeah, I guess this is my starting point. So anyways, enough about that. Let's get into the actual gameplay here. These are my favorite, some of my favorite parts of the game for sure. The first world is definitely a favorite of mine, just because of the whole like medieval feel, you know, the classic castle landscape. I've picked the Wanderer class, which is it's actually a pretty weak class for the very early parts of this video, just because he actually only comes with 2 pieces of armor, a chest piece and boots. So that's actually going to make me very vulnerable to fire damage. And a lot of these guys have torches they're going to be trying to whack me with, so hopefully it won't be too much of an issue. But anyways, we're going to be unlocking this shortcut here. And it's not actually really all that necessary even for this video, but I'm going to do it anyway. Of course, anyone and everyone playing this game is going to need the cling ring. You know, best ring in the game. But as I mentioned at the very beginning, I'm only going to be doing the first 2 zones and pretty much ending the video after we kill off the Tower Knight. So considering that, we'll be in human form soon enough, so the cling ring's not super important for us. I'll just leave that loot there. One of those pieces is it's an armor set, but it's female only, and then there's the jade hair ornament as well that you can trade to stockpile Thomas. It's kind of annoying to get him to actually give you that ring. You have to talk to him so many times and like deposit and withdraw that jade hair ornament or something. I don't know what the trick is, but anyways, enough about that. This is going to be us progressing here like as quick as we can. Maybe making a couple detours here and there. Like we are going to need to stop by the merchant just to help fill out 1 more armor slot. And, well, maybe we can give Ostrava a hand here.
What on earth are you doing?
That coward, he needs to learn to fight his own battles. Yeah, I'm actually not going to help him at all. There's still a pretty good chance that he'll just kill off literally every monster in this area and survive, just because he has so much health and a pretty decent setup. But yeah, if he ends up dying, he's not going to show up in the later 3 sections of this world. So if you're playing through, you probably want to make sure he stays alive, just so you can sort of see his the rest of his quest line later on. Alright. So I'm going to be running by most of the monsters coming up here. And we actually are in offline, sorry, we're playing online here. And it makes a difference in Demon Souls if you're playing online or offline. If you're playing online, the game will actually shift your world tendencies towards the server average, and it seems that the server average is always towards white. So if you're playing in online mode and you clear the first 2 zones without dying in human form, you'll actually have pure white world tendency in this first world, which means you can get Meralda's armor super early, and that's like just a really powerful move that you can pull off within 20 minutes. So this seems like super risky, and it is pretty risky, but I'm, you know, confident that we're not going to die here. There's a lot of monsters on that bridge, but they have them set up so that, you know, they don't just create a complete blockage for you. Alright. So we're actually pretty much ready to fight the boss. Pulling that switch unlocks the boss, and this is a very important item here. The turpentine. And now I'm actually going to suicide and cut out the load screen, and we can fight the boss. It's just a little bit faster than doing the shortcut. Alright, so let me just cut out this load screen. Alright, so we lost all our souls, but we're not going to worry too much about that. I actually forgot to make that stop at the merchant. I was going to backtrack a little bit and pick up those plated gloves. And we forgot, so we'll just be a bit more vulnerable for the rest of the playthrough. I don't have any turpentine here. Let's get rid of this grindstone. I think it's kind of funny, actually, that the Wanderer happens to start with Ed's grindstone. Kind of an interesting little feature. There's some weird quirkiness with the Demon Souls too, like the soldier starts with bolts and no crossbow. It's kind of strange. Okay, so if you can find just a point where there are as few of these mini phalanx as possible, you can get in some good damage there. I am very low on health, so I was attempting to eat turpentine. We do not want to do that. Alright, I think that we have enough room here to just hack away at him. Maybe. I may have to heal again. Okay, one more. Alright, so that boss is down. Of course, that phalanx is vulnerable to flame. And actually, the Wanderer starts with the falchion. I don't know. Is that how you pronounce it? People always give me a hard time on weapon pronunciation. But this sword, oh, we've got a summon sign. We got to do it. We got to do it. I can't not summon this guy. We'll see if he actually comes through and shows up or not. But this weapon actually does bleed, and the phalanx bleeds, and the phalanx is vulnerable to fire. And if you're able to get a good flank off and get behind him, he's not that tough. So let's just see if this is going to work. I'm summoning this dude. I'm just going to have to wait like maybe 10 more seconds. See if he shows up or not. Alright. We've got a friend. Wonderful. Okay. Maybe he'll follow my lead and kind of just run by. I'm sure he doesn't, you know, he's not aware that I'm recording this or that. I'm trying to be as quick and efficient as possible, but, I don't know. Okay, I guess we're just going to make this video, like, longer than we originally planned for. It's not really a big deal. Let's take a look over here and see if, Ostrava made it out. No, he's not here, so that doesn't mean 100% that he's dead, but it's not looking good. Alright, this is kind of interesting. I mean, I planned to do this video differently, but that's okay. Grabbing those throwing knives, it's a good treasure, you don't want to forget that one. Wondering how new this guy is to the game. He's got the fluted knight set up there, the trademark character, you know, on the cover of the game. And so this is a part of the game, and all Souls games are good like this, where, you know, if you're vigilant, it really helps. Like, oh, you see a pile of charred, burning bodies. Yeah, what causes that? Maybe a fire-breathing dragon. So yeah, you definitely want to chill just for a minute here. Make a run for it. Alright, so we have no reason to go downstairs. You know, normally you head down right here and save Ostrava again. We're not going to do that. On top of this first tower, there's a catalyst. Just like, you know, one of the first, well, the first catalyst you can really get in the game, so that might help you. There's quite a few archers here, but their bolts aren't that difficult to evade, honestly. Okay, now up on this tower, there's a compound bow and some arrows if you want. Oh, I forgot this guy was here. I don't have any audio cues, unfortunately. Tried to play with sound, but I need to capture the game volume at a very high level. And, well, it just, like, really hurts my eardrums, and it'll probably come through on the mic. So, as a result, we're just playing no sound. Now, that guy actually ran ahead. And, We'll see how he's doing up there. So he hasn't actually aggroed the knight yet. The knight's still just hanging out over there. But here he comes, so... Alright, a nice parry off there. More than 200 damage with the repulsed. Let's try it again. Alright, no problems there. And we got a boss fight here. Before we do that, you always have to go to the top. I'm not going to worry about the crystal gecko. But very important item on the roof here. Oops. Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. Of course, that's, you know, the same as humanity or human effigy in Dark Souls 2. It restores your human form. And my buddy is off doing something, so we're just gonna start the boss without him. I'm sure he'll be by in a moment. And this is just one of the best boss fights in the game. You know, players get here so early, and it's just such an intimidating foe. This massive steel knight. Whoa, that shield's coming down. And you really gotta stay clear of this boss's AoE attacks, you know, that shield slam, or even just stomping his feet. The area of effect is just massive. Alright, our buddy has finally shown up a little late. Already gotten rid of the first 3 archers here. And Turpentine's going to be very helpful here. Actually, I forgot as well. There's a second merchant I wanted to visit here, but I forgot. Man. Yeah, I mean, in 1-1 I wanted to get those fluted, or they're not fluted gauntlets. There's some kind of gauntlets that would have been helpful. And then in this zone, I wanted to visit the merchant below the bridge to buy turpentine. He sells turpentine for 500, so we could have bought like 8 of them. And, well, that's a pretty massive damage bonus for a pretty small cost. We still have 3 turpentine though, so we should be in good shape. So like most bosses, you are going to be safest behind him. Of course, except when he does that little back step. That's still going to hurt. And yeah, you just got to bust his ankles. Maybe 5 or 6 times each. And he will fall down. Alright, quick grass, just because I really don't want to die. Alright, he's almost down. So there's a vertical shield smash he does. One more? Sometimes it's hard to tell which ankle needs the extra hit. Okay, there, he's going down. See how much damage we can do with turpentine to the head. Now, he does have a life bonus because there's a co-op guy in here. It's still pretty substantial. Alright, so we're almost done here. I guess we'll leave the turpentine off for now, it's okay. Oh, he's standing a little bit too close to that shield smash. Oh man, I'm getting a little careless myself, but no more grass, you know, I think we've eaten enough grass in this video. Watch out for that foot. Oh, he's going down again. So you've got to stand clear when he's falling back as well. See, he didn't, and he took like more than half of his health worth of damage. Alright. So that's the end of the Tower Knight. And you get a really good boss soul for this one. I like to give basically everyone who helps out the full S rating. Unless they're like, I don't know, really goofing off or being obnoxious in some way. So we gave him the S rating. You got a lot of souls here. You're supposed to actually distribute souls to your partner there, depending on how much you rate them. But we still got a lot of souls, even though we gave him a top rating. And here we got what's it called? Grey Demon Soul is the one we got from the tutorial. The Iron Demon Soul we got from this boss, which gives you the total protection, aka warding spell, which decreases your damage taken by so much. I don't use it, but it's very, very powerful. You know what? The Lead Demon Soul, let's just consume that right now. Please don't make that Scraping Spear. It's just such a frustration, you know, in PvP. Breaking everyone's equipment and armor. It's very, very frustrating weapon. I'm glad they took that out in Dark Souls. That's enough about the boss souls. I hope you guys you know, enjoyed our run through the first 2 zones here. I do want to do more Demon Souls. I know people have been asking for the Soul Level 1. You know, I was doing that video series such a long time ago, and I mean, I can't say like, oh, I'm never going to finish it. We only have 2 videos left in it. We got to do Tomb of the Giants and then kill Gwyn. But I don't know if I'm ever going to finish that, so it's probably best to make that assumption. But I have heard you guys. I do want to just continue making Souls content until the release of Dark Souls 2. Demon Souls is like my favorite game, so there'll definitely be more of this, and some Dark Souls as well. But yeah, just taking this one video at a time. I'm glad you guys tuned in for this one. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Okay, thanks guys. I am HunterSC. Peace out.